As we all know, the draw for the 2023 Rugby World Cup in France was conducted quite a few years ago now, and the World Rugby rankings have changed quite considerably since. This means in the pool stages of the Rugby World Cup, quite a few of the big teams will be facing each other earlier than thought of. A lot of these big teams would usually face each other in the quarterfinals, semi-finals, but instead find themselves in the same pool. Now, every Rugby World Cup has upsets, but I think this will be ever more present in this World Cup, considering how a lot of the big teams face each other in the pool stages. Now, I'm going to give my prediction for who gets out of each pool. It's going to be one hell of a Rugby World Cup, and I reserve my right to eat my own words, considering how I think a lot of these predictions could definitely be turned on their head. A lot of the smaller teams could definitely throw upsets. So, look, I'm looking forward to reflecting upon my predictions later on in the tournament. But yeah, these are just my initial thoughts. I'm filming this on, I think, the 24th of August, so there's still games left to play. Form can change, so there's a lot of articulating parts and moving variables. But yeah, these are just my own predictions. Pool A has France, New Zealand, Italy, Uruguay and Namibia. Now, I anticipate France are going to win this pool. Now, New Zealand are on incredible form at the minute, and I would not be surprised to see New Zealand overturn France in the opening game. I think betting wise, New Zealand are actually the favourites for this game now, which has changed. But I do think France, via the boot of either Thomas Ramos, Jalibert, or any of the big kickers, I think that might just be the determining factor which edges the game in their favour. But it's going to be one hell of a game. Like, what a game to open up the Rugby World Cup. I mean, an absolute heavyweight encounter with just so much World Cup history between the two sides. Now, just after them, I think Italy will come third, and then I'm not too sure between Uruguay and Namibia. I'll probably edge towards Uruguay, but I haven't followed their rugby journeys overly much. Now, moving into Pool B, what a pool. We have Ireland, South Africa, Scotland, Tonga and Romania. Now, this is just, wow. You're going to have some proper blockbuster group games in this pool. Now, I anticipate Ireland to top the pool. Ireland coming off of a Grand Slam and a series win over New Zealand. It's just common sense to select them to be first place. But hot on their heels, I've selected South Africa. Now, South Africa are a Rugby World Cup team. Following New Zealand, I think they're both on the same number of Rugby World Cup victories. And yeah, they're both two teams that just turn up in Rugby World Cups. I think South Africa have every opportunity to beat Ireland and top the pool, but I just think on form, which is what you sort of have to base it on, I think Ireland will just pip the box. Now, I've put Scotland in third. Scotland are an absolute wild card in this pool. They could cause absolute havoc for both of these two teams. They're on great form, playing with some really nice combinations in which have had a lot of game time together. They're gelling really well, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Scotland topple the big dogs. But look, I do think Ireland and South Africa will have just enough to get out of the pool, and unfortunately Scotland, I don't think will quite make it this year. But if they were in another pool, for example Pool D, I'd definitely say Scotland would get out. Following them in Pool B, I think Tonga will follow Scotland, and then Romania. Tonga are an absolute underdog for this pool, but I don't think they'll get out, but I think they could cause Ireland, South Africa and Scotland some big problems. They're one of the main beneficiaries from the changes in eligibility rules, with a lot of the islanders being capped for New Zealand or South Africa, or sorry, not South Africa, more so New Zealand and Australia. The eligibility changes mean that they can now go play for the country they were born in. So look, you see Tonga with some amazing talent, the likes of Charles Piutau in that team, absolutely phenomenal. So they could definitely cause an upset, and I think they'll easily be too much for Romania. Moving on to Pool C, which has Australia, Fiji, Wales, Georgia and Portugal. Now, this is one that I'm very reluctant to do, but I think Australia will definitely win this pool, and then this is where my big upset comes in. Now, I don't actually have a sign for Fiji, so I'm just going to put an F, but look, I know I have a lot of Welsh people watch these videos, and I apologise for doing this, but I hope you understand that I have to go with my gut feel, and I just feel like Fiji will edge Wales and push Wales to third place. Wow, I mean, that's quite a bold call, right? But my reasons for this is I think Fiji with the strength of the Fijian Drua in Super Rugby, toppling some big sides like the likes of the Crusaders who won the tournament. I just think with that sort of spine of their team being from there, add in the stardust of your Semi Randrandras and some incredible players, I just think Fiji can do it. Now Wales have a pretty poor time with contracts, financial struggles, so I can understand massively why Welsh fans would be disappointed in their side and some of the occurrences that's happened around players leaving, Alwyn Jones, Justin Tipuric. But I just think this is the perfect opportunity for the Fijians to pounce upon a vulnerable and much changed, inexperienced Welsh side. So look, those are my predictions for Pool C. Look, I think Wales could most definitely beat Fiji, but this is just my opinion. Now moving on to Pool D, let me just conclude that pool. Georgia and Portugal. Georgia could definitely cause an upset. Georgia having beaten Wales early this year or late last year. They're definitely in the running to beat Wales. I can't see them getting out of the pool, although look, if you get a win over Wales and Fiji, they're in the knockout stages, and how exciting would that be to see a tier 2 nation be thriving in the Rugby World Cup. But I don't think Georgia will beat Wales or Fiji, although it is definitely a possibility. And Portugal, obviously, I feel they're going to miss out also. Moving on to Pool D, the one with my beloved England in. This pool has Argentina, England, Samoa, Japan and Chile. Now, if you go back a few years, you'd think, England topped this pool easy, light work. No, absolutely not. I mean, look, England could definitely top the pool, but I do predict Argentina to take the win. Argentina, I feel, are going to top Pool D, closely followed by England. Now, the England team has had zero continuity in selection. Bans to big names like Farrell and Vunipola. They're definitely going through some tough times, and the change of coach so close to a World Cup, I think Argentina are just playing the better rugby, the better forward pack, more aggression, more cohesion in the side, better combinations, more talent. Carreras, Boffelli, Moroni, and then you look into the pack and you've got Pablo Matera, Lavanini, some massively experienced players, and I think they will cause these. I don't know. Can you even call it an upset? I don't think it's an upset. I don't think it's an upset at all. I'd actually say England are underdogs for that game. So, look, unless England can kick 3 points and sort of bore the crowd to death and try and win it that way, I can't see England putting any sort of amazing attacking combinations together. I just can't see it at the moment. It's been sort of 5 games, I believe, since an English back has scored a try. So, I definitely pick Argentina to win that game. Now, following England in the pool, you have Samoa, Japan and Chile. Japan have really disappointed me of late. I feel like they had such an opportunity after the 2019 World Cup to kick on and to really go toe-to-toe with some tier 1 nations, but I think they're on a losing bounce of 3 games now between, I think they played like a tournament with Samoa and Fiji. I don't think they won a game. So look, the Japanese rugby is not where they'd wanted to be at the minute in time. Samoa, big underdogs, just like Tonga, have really benefited from the eligibility rule changes, with a lot of islanders going back to play for their home team. And Samoa, a lot of the players are playing in Super Rugby for the Moana Pacifica. So look, they're on form, they're playing against some good competition week in, week out. So Samoans have definitely got a good opportunity. And I predict Chile to come last in that pool. So those are my predictions. Look, I apologise once again to Welsh fans and potentially Scottish fans also. Let me know what you think of my predictions. Am I being delusional? Am I way off the pace? I'd happily accept and listen to your opinions. But yeah, I'll be very interested to see what you have to say in the comments. And please do tell me who you think will get out of each individual pool. But yeah, thank you very much for watching.